Welcome to an emergency press conference edition of Hikes Line. In 2 days, I'm going on a hike. I'm going to be hiking the McKenzie River Trail in Oregon. So the McKenzie River goes something like this. Something like that. And the trail follows the river really closely. I think at one point up here it crosses over, crosses back, and then goes something like that. So I'm really excited about this. I've been reading a lot about it. It's supposed to have some beautiful views. It's right next to the river for most of the way. It's going to be awesome. The whole length of the trail is about 26.5 miles, give or take. It's supposed to be a really popular trail with hikers and mountain bikers. I've hiked part of it and it was beautiful, so I'm really excited to do the whole thing. I have a campground booked for my first night here, and I know in the lower part of the river you're not allowed to camp at any of the, unofficial campsites. You have to stay at the official campsites, at least in the lower part of the river. So that's one night. So then the next night I have booked up here, which is near a lake. I actually think it's on the other side of the lake, but you get the idea. So this campground is the Paradise Campground, and this campground is the Cold Water Cove Campground. So the distance between the two, this is probably about 2.5 miles, and this is probably like another 2.5 miles, so it'd be about 21 miles, maybe 22 miles of hiking. This is all estimate, but it's kind of what I'm guessing. I'm sure if I dove deep enough into the internet I'll find it, but I'm not too concerned. It's somewhere around there. So I'm really excited about this hike. It's a long distance hike in the Oregon mountains. I've been looking forward to this for a long time. It took time off work to do it. So I'm super pumped. Now the one thing that's a little bit of a wrench in the whole plan is I checked the weather, expecting it to be maybe a little rainy up in the mountains, maybe a little cool, but it's actually going to be 98 degrees. Yep, just like the band. I really don't hike that well in hot weather. My comfort zone's around 50, maybe, overcast 50. So being close to 100 degrees, it's going to slow me down quite a bit. So trying to hike that long distance of over 20 miles in one day, who knows what's going to happen. But I'm really excited anyway. I'm going to have to hone my gear to go lighter than I was expecting, maybe not carry a stove, a lighter sleeping bag, no cool weather gear, so I don't know, it's going to be really exciting. I'm going to put together the gear and that'll follow right after this section of the video, so make sure you stay till the end because I'm going to lay out all my gear and talk about what I'm bringing. So I'm going to do that tomorrow, but it's going to be right at the end of this video, so keep watching through the whole thing. So I don't know, I love long distance hiking. I'm kind of like made for it. I got a really long stride. I love being outside. The rain doesn't bother me. The heat though, the heat can take my energy. So I don't know, I'm still pumped because it's a challenge. And I don't know, I think it's almost a little bit more exciting now because it's like, if it was going to be perfect weather conditions for me, I'd be like, okay, I'm definitely going to make it from here to here. This, I might not make it. That doesn't mean I'm going to die. That means I might have to camp somewhere here. It looked like there's some campgrounds, maybe once I get past the lower part, it's actually opened up where you can, camp anywhere that's suitable. So I'm looking forward to maybe that. I'm going to aim for going all the way between this campground and this campground. I'm going to do the whole trail. So I'm going to start the first day. I'm going to get there late in the afternoon, do the first do the first 2 miles, and then wrap up with the last 3 estimated after I stay over that one night. So, but this big section here of over 20 miles, I'm going to try to do it in one day. So I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to go slow in the middle part of the day, and then once the sun goes down, I'm going to try to hammer out those last few miles. So, I don't know, pretty pumped to see what happens and get back out there in the woods. My one hope is though, even though it's going to be 98 degrees, just like the band, maybe under the tree cover and next to the river, I'm estimating it would be at the hottest part of the day. I'm hoping it'll be around 85. 85 is okay. I can do 85. I'll be ready for hot weather, and I don't know, I'm just really excited. So yeah, let's take a look at the gear. The other things I'm going to do before we get to looking at the gear is, well, as I mentioned, I might not bring a stove, which would cut down on some weight. I'm really going to think about cutting weight on this one. So, because, you know, weight slows you down, and if it's hot, if you have a lighter weight pack, you can move faster. It's just part of the deal. Definitely going to cut the beard off, get a haircut. I know these things might not make much of a difference, but it's like the mental game of I'm doing something, like now I'm prepared, you know. So I get into that kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll see what happens, and this is going to be awesome. I'm going to shoot a lot of footage. I have one of my cheaper batteries reserved for this date. I have my long battery reserved for this whole hike here, where I won't get a ton of not a ton of footage. I'm not going to be shooting every half mile something, but I'll get some awesome stuff. It's supposed to be beautiful out there, so it's going to be great. So I'm going to use that one battery for that whole day here, and then the last battery for the last little section here. Maybe get some good stuff around this lake. It's going to be killer content. So if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss any of this. It's going to be really cool, regardless of what happens. That's the best part. There's actually a road that goes close to it, like on this side. So absolute worst case scenario, you know, you always have to have an exit strategy. So if I got injured somewhere along the way, I could make it to the road. I could hitch out of there. That's not a problem. But I'm excited because, you know, I have this big goal in mind, but even if I don't do that, I'll stay at a campsite here and then move on and stay at a campsite here. The challenging part of that is, obviously, you'd want to bring full 3 days of food if there's a possibility of going 3 days. But maybe I can stretch that last day. The food's going to be a little bit up in the air. I'll have it figured out, and I'll go over all that. But yeah, so that's the basis of the plan there. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's not about the distance. So it's not like I'm going to make it the whole way. But let's just say I don't. Let's say I twist an ankle. Let's say it's way too hot to carry on. I'm not going to get like heat stroke or anything like that. That's just silly. I'm not going to be hiking real hard at the, you know, hottest part of the day. But it's about the time in the woods. So it's about just being smart. When it's super, super hot, I'm just going to slow down, take my time, drink a ton of water, stay hydrated through that, and then once it cools down, I can power on through. But if I end up camping somewhere in the middle, that's not a defeat. That's like just another part of the adventure, like something I didn't expect. So I'm really looking forward to that. Now it's about getting my gear together. So let's check that out. On to the next part of the video, the gear. Alright, now I'm going to go over the gear that I'm going to bring with me on the McKenzie River Trail when I go this afternoon, starting this afternoon for a couple days. So this video is kind of like I'm accomplishing two things. One, I'm filming a video for my Hike Slam channel. And two, it's helping me mentally organize my gear, figuring out if I'm missing anything. So we'll start the most important boots. I'm going to go with my old Merrell boots here, the 3/4 height. These are great, sturdy boots, really comfortable. They fit my feet really well. I hear the terrain can get a little rocky. There's some like lava rock areas, I guess, the farther east you go. So I think these will work really well. Next in the pile, my socks, darn tough socks. I haven't done a review of these before, but I talked about them in a number of my videos. They're super sturdy, come with a lifetime warranty, which is crazy, but yeah, these socks are gonna be great. This is probably all I'm gonna need. It's not gonna rain. The one thing I might be a little bit worried about is if my feet get really sweaty because of how hot it is. It might cause some chafing action going on, but I'm gonna wear these, some sock liners, take my chances. One pair of socks, going out for 2 days. Pair of shorts, just bought them. They fit really good, simple, that's all I'm gonna need. One shirt, so I'll be wearing the shorts and the shirt. That should be it. I'm debating whether to bring, I have this long pair of like hiking pants that I'm wearing right now, so I'm debating whether to bring these two. I don't know. probably make that decision like last minute. I might bring them. I don't know. Hat, just to keep the sun out of my eyes, shade my face a little bit from, I'm not sure how sunny it's going to be in some of these parts. A lot of this trail is going to be like a mystery to me. I hiked a few miles of it and it was kind of shaded and nice and even right next to the river, but the terrain varies as you get higher up, so I'm not sure if there'll be open parts, so a hat is always a good idea. A backpack. So I'm going to bring my Go Light Quest backpack that I've had for years. Still going strong, no problems. Awesome pack. So yeah, this pack is great. And I'm really not worried about this at all because I've used this a bunch of times and know that it's going to stand up well, treat me really well. Now here's something a little bit different. I'll be bringing these trekking poles, I think. Not 100% sure. These are Coleman trekking poles I got from the local like Bi-Mart discount store. It's like a Kmart kind of place, Walmart. When we were going, Courtney and I were going on a hike in the Columbia River Valley, and it was going to be rainy and slippery, and she said, let's go stop, I want to get a trekking pole, because the ones I had, my Lecky ones, those broke. So I did a review of those about 2 years ago, maybe more, and since then they broke. I think a big factor on that was using them on the Oregon Coast Trail. Sand got inside and they were just like, they couldn't expand anymore, and it was just getting rough. So one of them came apart, couldn't put it back together again. So I still have them. I could, try to see if Lecky has some kind of warranty. I know that they have a warranty for cleaning them and that kind of stuff, but these were old and I don't know, I feel like it was my fault when they broke, so. But I got these. They're actually not that bad for really cheap trekking poles. Pretty light. The reason why I would want to bring these is if I'm going to encounter uneven terrain. These always help. Going downhill, this trail, I'm going to be going uphill most of the time, so even though these help save your knees downhill, going uphill, I can use my upper body to help like pull myself along. So I may bring these also on the flat levels, just because I'm used to using them. I feel like I hike a lot faster with trekking poles, but that might just be in my head. So those are on the bubble. Next, water bottles. So I'm definitely bringing this one. It's a water bottle my friend Mike gave me. This is awesome. It's like super strong. It's like military grade. It looks like it's opaque, but you can see the water level through it. It's got this curve to it, so it fits good if you're going to use it on your hip. Fits a liter of water. It's a really good water bottle, so that's definitely coming with me. And I'm gonna do a review of this one coming up real soon, probably once I get back. So then I have that 1 liter of water. I'll be next to a river the whole time, so I might not need to carry 2 liters at a time. But I'm not really sure how far, on the map you can see it. The river is really close to where the trail is, but with the elevation, it looks like the river might be well below it for a good piece. So I want to have the option of having 2 liters of water with me at all times. So I'm going to bring smart water bottle. This is a throwback to my Appalachian Trail days, just because it's tall, it's skinny, and it fits well in my pack. So I'm going to bring this with me too. I think I'm probably going to end up just using this like 90% of the time, because I'll be right next to the river, so I can just grab water whenever. But I'm not sure what's going on at these campsites, if they have water available. I was reading online, some of the information was a little old, a few months old, saying that there's not water available at some of the campsites. So I'm going to start with 2 liters and just see what happens from there. So probably end up going down to 1, but that's the water situation. So next I got my ground cloth. Got this from Walmart a while ago. Works good, it's lightweight, packs up small, so ground cloth for my tent. I was debating whether to bring a ground cloth at all, but again, there's some sections where it is like sharp, volcanic kind of rock, and I don't want to slice through the bottom of my tent if I can prevent it. So yeah, I don't want to bring the extra weight. I'm trying to go lightweight on this trip, so I don't want to bring the extra weight, but I want to protect my tent too, so bring in the ground cloth. Next, speaking of the tent, I'm bringing my tent. Thought about doing the bivvy. The bivvy that I have is the North Face Flight bivvy, which it doesn't have any poles in it. So I use that mostly for like if I'm gonna try to do one overnight. Like I'm gonna try to just get to like summit something, do an overnight, come back, or do one out and back overnight. I'm doing 2 nights, possibly 3 here, so I don't know, I want to make sure I get enough sleep because I think this is going to be a pretty grueling trail in the heat and going up in elevation and possibly like some unevenness and stuff, so I kind of want to have the comfort factor, so I'm going to bring my tent, which is my Eureka Backcountry 1 tent. The tent is amazing. I've had this for, oh man, how long now? I would guess 8-9 years, and I used it the whole Appalachian Trail, Oregon Coast Trail, White Mountains, all over the place. So this is a great tent. Bringing that tent. Poles for the tent carry separately, so these are the poles, and stakes for the tent. Next, got my sleeping bag. It's not fully compressed in here. This is my 40-degree sleeping bag, so it's a synthetic 40-degree sleeping bag. Works really good. It's supposed to get down to, I think, in the 50s at night, so this should be plenty comfortable for that. I'm gonna, compress it down more, get it as small as I can in my pack. But I'm not gonna have a lot of food in there either, so, I can just, leave it like this if I wanted to, but I like to have it compressed down, so. Then, for sleeping, my sleeping pad, bringing my Z-Rest. I have 3 different sleeping pads for options, but this one is great. No possibility of it deflating on you, which is awesome, and I can carry it on the outside of my pack. I'm just going to use it AT style. I'm just going to lash it to the bottom of the backpack. So that's that. Now, let's see. I'm going to bring this headlamp, this cheap Chinese headlamp that Courtney got off of Amazon a couple years ago. Works great. It's bright. It's brighter than my Petzl headlamp that I have, which is, it's a little old. It's probably about 9 years old. It still works good. This one is just brighter, and it's a little bit lighter, so I'm going to bring this one. It hasn't failed yet. We've used it a number of times, so that's the one that's coming with me. Next, sunglasses. Super important. You don't want to be out in the sun, especially when it's going to be hot and bright, and I might be in a green tunnel for some of this hike, but I feel like I'm going to be exposed for a lot of it, so I want to have sunglasses to protect my eyes. Handkerchief. Kind of obsessed with handkerchiefs, so I'll probably bring 2 or 3 of these obviously for blowing your nose, but you can use it for tying around your, I used one when I was having shin splints for, tying around my shin. You can use it as a pot holder. There's just all kinds of uses, so bringing a few handkerchiefs here. It's a really good knife, solid, sharp blade, but I don't know, I decided to go with something a little bit more fun. So I'm bringing this Gerber. This was another gift from my friend Mike. It's an awesome knife. Solid, not a folding one. Gerber, it says Portland, Oregon, USA, so it's made in Portland, so that's pretty awesome. And it comes with this really sweet case. So this is one of those things, I had this awesome knife in my closet waiting to be brought out on a really cool hike. I brought it on a couple of smaller hikes, but I'm going on a longer one. I'm bringing my best knife, so I'm really excited about this in case I need to, go Rambo in the woods or stab something or slice something. I'm ready. Alright. So this is my medical kit I'm going to bring. Aqua Mirror water treatment. Thought about going something a little bit lighter. Maybe like a Life Straw. I haven't tried that out yet. I'm going to try that soon. Maybe chlorine dioxide tablets, but I already have this and I'm leaving today, so this is the one that's coming. Then I got my Gold Bond. This is going to be critical. It's going to be so hot outside. So this is going to be important because, I'm going to get sweaty, I'm going to get hot, so prevent chafing in all kinds of areas. Then I got I just saw this. This was at Walmart when I was shopping for some of this travel stuff. This is some sunscreen So I don't like to use sunscreen usually, so if I can avoid it I will, but if I'm going to be out there and the sun's going to be beating on my face, I'm going to want something. So I've got this Sunscreen Stick, 70 SPF, so that should work good. Floss, super important, hand sanitizer. More Gold Bond. Can't have enough Gold Bond. If I'm out there for 2 days and it's getting in the 90s, I'll probably go through both of those. You know, you get it where your straps of your pack hit, you get it in around your waist where the waistband is. It can start chewing you up really bad, so using Gold Bond or something like that to prevent chafing is key. Toothpaste. Mini toothbrush. Lighter, of course. Ibuprofen. So then I got, this is like anti-diarrheal medication. This is just like emergencies only, just in case I need to have a bug or I eat something weird affects me bad, to prevent like catastrophic dehydration. So I just got a couple of those, just in case. Then I got my food bag. This I'm still working on. I'm going to go out right after this, get some more food to get set up for what I have, but this is what I have so far. And you'll see the food I'm eating. I'm going to bring this camera with me, so you'll see that. So this is from some MREs that my friend Mike gave me. This was part of his birthday present, so I got that knife. I got like some MREs, water bottle. It's just, he got me tons of cool hiking stuff, so that's why, you know, a lot of this stuff is associated with him. So I got, this was electrolyte powder, lemon lime flavored from an MRE. So that'll be cool. You know, never have enough electrolytes, especially when it's hot. I'm not sure if I'm bringing these. Maybe, might bring one of them. I saw them at the store. I thought they were kind of cool. It's just like a little coffee shop kind of thing. So I'll bring those. Epic Bar. Beef. Spoon. And then this is going to be my dinner tomorrow night. So my main dinner, because I'm going to have dinner tonight in the woods, and I'm having dinner tomorrow night in the woods, and I think that should be it. But this is beef stew, MRE. It's one of those ones you cook in the bag. You don't need to heat up the water. You pour the water in and the chemical reaction heats it up. So I've done this a long time ago. I haven't done it, you know, recently at all. So I'll definitely be filming that process so you guys can see it. I wonder how this tastes. These are usually surprising that they're pretty good. So it should be alright. If this thing doesn't work, I'll eat it cold. But beef stew from MRE. So the one thing you notice that might be missing is my stove. I'm probably going to go stoveless. So I haven't done that on a multi-day hike before, so kind of excited about it. I'm going to just, in the morning, I'm going to probably have like granola bars and maybe like a piece of fruit or something. Tonight, I'm going to try to get like a deli sandwich or something, maybe like some chips, just put that in the top of my pack, hike in a few miles to the first campsite. It's only a few miles into that first campsite, so eat dinner, go to bed, wake up, have breakfast, go. Maybe have another sandwich for lunch, maybe like peanut butter sandwich, a couple peanut butter sandwiches, some stuff to snack on throughout the day, have that beef stew for dinner, the MRE style, and then similar thing in the morning, and then I'll probably be getting picked up that morning. I'll have a couple of emergency rations in my pack just in case I'm out there for an extra day. And yeah, that's the meal plan. Last thing is this old iPod. So this thing I've had forever. I haven't gone in there to change the music in a long time. So this is really cool. I like to bring stuff like this. I don't want to use my phone. I don't want to get text messages. I don't want to be, you know, getting updates from different social media while I'm on the trail. So it's kind of cool to have something like this just in case you kind of got to focus, listen to some music. Gets super hot, gets super, you know, sometimes your brain just, you need something to take your mind off it a little bit. So having a little bit of music for something like that is nice. A little bit of entertainment just in case. I usually like to just stay, you know, focused on the woods, kind of stay in the moment, that kind of thing. But sometimes you feel like you're just like, you know what, I need a little bit of entertainment. So it's good to have that. And the reason why I'm really excited about it is I don't remember what's on here. It's a lot of stuff that I listened to years ago. So it'd be kind of cool to go through my old songs and reminisce a little bit. So from what I can see here, the main thing that I'm missing is filling up my food bag. Getting that food bag all set, little extra rations on there, other than that, I think I should be pretty solid. Sock liners too. I didn't put any sock liners in. I want to make sure I get those, but other than that, I think I'm ready to go. So I'm going to pack this stuff up, and then in a couple hours, Courtney's going to take me and drop me off in the woods. So see you there. Oh wait, I almost forgot. One other thing that I'm going to bring is this camera. So I'm going to bring this camera. Hold on, let's check it out in the mirror. So I'm going to bring this camera and this tripod. I was going to bring this smaller tripod. This is actually like a full-size tripod. So I was going to bring a smaller one, but yeah, it didn't really hold very well. So I'm going to go with this guy. It's actually pretty light. So I'm excited to, you know, get some really good shots out there, film some stuff for Hike Slam. So yeah, this camera's coming with me, a few batteries, this tripod, and that's just about it. I almost forgot. I also am going to bring my newly repaired Mountain Hardwear jacket. Might be overkill because this is a pretty sturdy jacket. It's going to be hot outside. Might not use it, but worst case scenario, I'll fold it up and use it as a pillow when I sleep tonight. And also going to bring some toilet paper, of course. So the best way to describe the stuff I'm bringing is a new term that I'm coming up with called ultralight heavy. So ultralight, but with heavy elements like a giant knife, a tripod, a jacket I might not need. Yeah, so that's what that's going to be. And now I got to go see if I can get a haircut, get some of this, help get the heat off my head. I need one anyway. And then head out to Safeway to get the last of my food. Alright, see you guys on the trail.